Brought to you by YourQuote, an app that makes you write and perform.
The year we got the taste of freedom as a country, instant cameras were invented. Polaroid ones that place something tangible in your hands, without the arduous weight, self-sufficient instruments of remembrance. A UFO was spotted in the sky, resulted in endless but old-school shitposting in newspapers all over the world. People then collectively channeled the 20th century ignorance. They averted their eyes from the genocide here. Not just them, even the man holding the fire up to the bodies of those that were different from him averted his eyes. Man had not the stomach to see what he was doing to another man. Fragmented pieces, pennies, and proses of war scattered in the wind and assembled again. Economies fell and gathered up their losses. Empires fell and descended into the minds of people. But claims remained. One-sided declarations are hard to let go of. Everything then froze over. The winds were weaker at the equator. The heat of angst against angst kept this house of mine, this country, warm, and its people warmer in their heads. Earthquakes and hurricanes abounded. Some things must continue organically. Disasters, laughters, and masters. Masters maybe not for me, but anyway. Anne Frank's diary was published. Those who are getting 10th grade flashbacks, I understand you. Those who are getting 1947 flashbacks, no. Elton John was born this year. Elton John. And in some time, you will get Tiny Dancer, and in some more time, you will get me dancing to it each time it plays. That year, the Nobel Prize in Literature went to a guy who wrote the slap-in-the-face scandal with boxed homosexual tensions. The second year after independence, the third year after the war, they tried more daring bikinis for the tabloids, more ads flashing domestic sexism, however beautifully painted, for capitalism's sake. Dust of the war years, the struggle years, the sweat years, the blood years, the shot years, the dead years settled. And everyone took in a collective breath. But here, the displaced, the uprooted, the disturbed, the lost, the walking corpses, all kept holding that breath in, not even an inch of space to call their own in which to let it go. Gandhi died. Today, in fact, Gandhi died on this very day. Godse met the same fate. Gandhi's family and Nehru protested for him to be given life imprisonment instead, so as not to dishonor the memory of Gandhi and his principles. The man had won on everything. Anyway, we became the country that murdered Gandhi. His blood on all of our hands. Then there were the Olympics and polio and war for the end of war. More hurricanes, more earthquakes. Some things must continue organically. Life, strife, and anything else that rhymes with either of these things. Scrabble was invented this year. Someone somewhere said, very literally, that hey, these are just words to me. Scattered, shattered, whatever. All Indian writers were of the Commonwealth again. They said they couldn't read the board from that far back on the black margins. The Nobel Prize in Literature went to hollow men, the stuffed men. And despite all their emptiness and the blanks this guy created, he was alive to collect his prize. And when he collected the prize, he said, "This is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper." The last year of withdrawal, the prize was given to a book named after life on another planet, which is a yearning for another way to live, which is also another way to die. Long after life on Earth, the depleted uranium in the Tigris will reach its half-life, 4.5 billion years after the 10th year of war, which is the end of time. Thank you.